Shout out to you, Buddha. I see you, baby girl. Thank you, Buddha. Anybody who is out there, she has laid down the gambit, the gauntlet. Like, subscribe, and join the J Crew. We would love to have you. Angela, what are we gonna do with her? Welcome, welcome, welcome. Look, I'm so sick of Angela Deem. I don't know what to do. I don't understand how she felt like she had the right to automatically just show up, first of all, unannounced. Show up unannounced. I'm making sure I don't have no spinach in my tea. Hold on. If I do, let me know. Show up unannounced in Africa, in Nigeria. Hey, Janetta. How you doing, baby girl? Angela Deem shows up unannounced. And shout out to Janetta. She is one of my baby Jen Vegan Knowledge co-workers, Veganologist co-worker. She was on the Meatless Monday live stream last night and became a member of the J Crew last night. So thank you, Janetta, for joining us. Glad to have you. Talking about 90 Day Fiancé, talking about Angela Deem, who is one of the girls that are mean. Why did she feel like she had the right to show up completely unannounced in an effort to do what? Find Michael, what, in bed with somebody? She claims that she is going to withdraw her visas if Michael doesn't take down his Instagram. Well, first of all, Michael is not your slave. Okay? Because that's what it's looking like. That's what's looking like how you value him. Like you own him. Okay? I didn't want to take it there, but that's what it seems like. Okay? You are not a slave master, Angela Deem, and he is not your slave. Okay? So stop treating him like that. Stop talking to him like that, like he is less than human, and thinking that you are entitled to talk to that man like you own him, like you cracking the whip or something. You know, first of all, he's a grown ass man and he can be on Instagram if that's what he wants to do. You don't own him. If I were him, and let me know what you guys think about this in the comments section. If I were him, I would have disowned her a long time ago. I would have filed for divorce and been like, you got to go. Don't even bother coming over here. Not to mention the fact that she came over there with the intention on what? Making him, how was she going to make him take down his Instagram? He's a grown man. He can whip her ass. Yeah, he probably have a fight on his hands, but she feels like she can just come and then to destroy this man's car because she said, okay, well, we're legally married in Nigeria, so that means I'm entitled to his property as well. So you're going to destroy your own car. That shows how much respect you have for yourself. She was so glad to brag that the car was hers as well. So she's going to destroy it just like you're doing your marriage. Shout out to Vegan Knowledge. Just making sure I'm catching up. Okay, so Janetta's saying right. And Buddha is saying Angela has serious issues. She doesn't love him and wants to, right. She wants to possess him. Sorry, I meant to say wants to. How funny is it that that's what I read though? I got you. I knew. But yeah, Angela, let's just pick apart their relationship from the very beginning. Okay, so she meets him. First of all, at first the family wasn't cool with it, but then they finally got cool with it. She tells him that, I'm going to have children for you. She lied right off the top because she likes to accuse Michael of being the one that has destroyed the marriage. But let's take a look at what old Angela's done. She goes into the marriage with false pretenses, letting this guy think that there was some kind of way that her 50-year-old ass was going to bring him some kids. Okay. Then she begs her daughter. Let me make sure my mute's not on like it was earlier. I was talking for like 15 to almost 20 minutes on mute. That's crazy. So then she goes to her daughter and says, listen, I'm up Schitt's Creek. I can't have kids, but can you give me a seed? You're my kid. It would be like it's coming from me. And Shelby, or her daughter, Skylar, says, hell no. I'm not giving you no kids. I'm not getting in the middle of that craziness. You're not going to involve my uterus in your crazy plans. And so that was null and void. We don't even see Skylar on there more. So Skylar said, I'm done. And then Angela says, okay, well, we're going to go ahead and get married anyway. And then she pulls the then best friend over there with her to witness the marriage because nobody wants to witness the marriage. She pulls the best friend over and the best friend witnesses the marriage, and Angela gets married to Michael, which, I don't know what Michael was thinking. I guess Michael's trying to come over here that bad, but she disrespects him in front of his friends, throws drinks in their faces. Okay. And they still proceed with the marriage. So then she can't have kids. Skylar's not going to have a kid. She goes back to the United States and decides she wants to have a gastric sleeve operation. Instead of saving up the money towards the childbearing issues and all of this stuff that Michael said, that was one of the reasons he was pissed off about it. She decides to use the money to go to work on herself, getting gastric bypass surgery and all kinds of plastic surgery, breast reduction and all of that, and spends up the money doing that, right? But she accuses Michael and all of that. She found a reason to say that Michael was the wrong one because he didn't support her in her endeavors to get a breast reduction and to get the weight loss surgery, claiming that it was for health when the entire time, even though it's supposed to be for health, right? The entire time, the doctors kept wanting her to stop smoking. And what did she do almost the entire time? She smoked. So if she was really worried about her health, it seemed like she would have quit smoking. But she put it off on, no, I got to get this done for my health. So she accuses Michael of being inconsiderate of her feelings. And then all of a sudden, she goes in for breast reduction surgery and starts flirting with the surgeon. Openly flirting with the surgeon on camera, flirting with the surgeon. You know, and this is like what I talked about on my live stream earlier today. Triggers, man. It's like she's trying to trigger Michael to get angry, and she did it this week. You know, she did it this week because any and everything that he does triggers her. If he doesn't do something, it triggers her. Angela Deem is one big trigger herself. Okay. And then she goes on this tell all and whips her boobs out in his aunt's face or in the camera's face so that, you know, I guess to what? Try to piss his aunt off because she was pissed off. And in all of this, she is this entitled. She's just so freaking entitled. You know, and I don't understand what the deal is, why she allows herself to be entitled like that, because she's not, you know. I tell you also what I forgot to do, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to put the link in the chat like I did yesterday on Jen's stream. So Buddha or Janetta, if you guys want to come up and talk about any of this, you are more than welcome to. Okay, there it is. There you go. Yep, it's there. Okay, so Buddha said, I think she went over there to purposely make him break it off with her. Yeah. Good take. Hoping that TLC will fall in love with her because she has spent all that TLC money on herself. Right. Plus, she is so, you know what? Okay. Okay. Plus, she is so worried about what Michael is doing, what she doesn't. Yeah, she's. Wait a minute. I think I get what you're saying. She's so worried about what he's doing, and he's not doing what he's not doing what she wants him to do. And that's exactly right. You know what I mean? That's exactly right. And what he's starting to do is stand up to her. And that's not what she wants. And now, just because he stands up to her, it's called defending yourself. It's not going against your grain. It's defending himself. She's saying that the way he talks to me. Well, what about the way you talk to him? What about the way she talks to him? She talks to him like he's low life, like he's beneath her. Yeah, I honestly think that the reason that Angela went over there was to look like she's this Queen Sheba for the cameras. And that's why nobody deals with her in her real life. You don't see her kids on there anymore. You don't see the girl that was her best friend. You see this new chick that she met in a bathroom and Barter got a cigarette from her and they became smoking buddies. And then all of a sudden, this girl is her best friend because nobody else will deal with her.
All right, we're gonna bring Buddha in.
Hello?
Welcome.
Hello? 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 Can you hear me?
We can hear you. I can hear you.
Okay, okay. Yeah, I think that basically she was so worried what he was doing, what Michael was doing on IG because she was doing exactly what she would not want him to do. You know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah.
she was doing all that, flirting with someone else, you know, being all extra sexy on IG, which she wouldn't dare want him to do that. Talking to I'm pretty sure her DMs look crazy right now because she was probably replying. I'm surprised we haven't seen nothing out that came out in a blog or anything about her replying to many men in certain
Probably
ways.
because she's finding a way to keep it hidden.
Yeah, I'm very surprised at that right now. It's just
And then
um
the guy from Canada, she's talking to this guy from Canada, and she is openly saying that she basically, to me, seems like she's saying she wants her marriage to be over so she can pursue this guy. That's what I really think is going on. I think
I
she's trying to trigger him to break up with her. I agree with you. That's why she broke his car up.
Yeah, I mean she's trying real hard, like, but she's doing it in a way that I feel like she's doing it in a way that she wants, like I said, TLC to fall in love with her so she can still have that TLC money in the end and
Right.
go do whatever she wanted to do.
By
But
causing drama.
yeah, she went like Jerry Springer on TLC.
She went Jerry Springer, period. Remember the Jerry beads?
Yeah.
She got some Jerry beads and some more shit. It's like, okay. Angela came
Mm,
out with the boobs on the tell all, and it's like this is the tell all, not Jerry Springer. Okay.
mhm.
And then on top of that, she came on to the doctor, and it was obvious, that she wanted the doctor. And then it
Yeah, she
was
got
just,
Dr. Obey. Mhm.
yeah. And then she went to his birthday party, and they apparently left the party together and disappeared.
Mm. No, he probably most likely when he disappeared, let me get you an Uber home. Not Dr. Obey don't want
Yeah, you know that. He didn't
mm-mm,
want her. He didn't want her.
mm-mm, none of that.
And
Mm-mm.
Michael is supposed to just sit there and take that.
Yeah, it made me it made me really upset to see Michael crying in the corner. I was like, man, he needed some of his sisters or his aunt. And then I seen like there was a female there, but a relative, but she didn't do nothing to her. I was like, man, no, he needs some real rough, some rough
You need a
sister.
got a roughneck, gotta get a roughneck.
That'll yoke somebody up real quick. Cause
Yep.
yeah,
She needed
uh,
her ass whipped.
yeah. I mean, and it was just crazy that the crew is there. They let her act all type of ways, and then it was like when Michael was about to go there. Okay, okay, we got her. What? Oh, now you got her? Like you didn't think to get her when she was tearing up the car?
Right. Like, why did you let her do that much damage to his car? They better be paying for that.
What? Oh, now you got her? Like you
Uh-oh, who we got? We gotta turn the phone
Hi
down.
everyone, sorry I'm late.
Hey,
Hey,
Ro.
how you been? You there? Ro? I think we might be having an issue.
Oh, just trying to survive this, repairing stuff after this storm, and then hubby's transmission blew on his truck. So.
Oh wow. Unbelievable. When it rains, it pours, literally, right?
But you guys are okay though, right?
There might be a delay there. Are you having a delay, Ro?
We just lived through a hurricane.
Huh? I know. Are you on a delay? I'm gonna send you the
Yeah,
link
there's
to
a
your
delay.
IG.
I'm gonna try and pop out and try and pop back in because for some reason, I think so. I'm gonna pop out.
I'm gonna try to send her an IG link.
A vegan knowledge said Buddha, he needs Benini M's or Benini, I don't know if I'm saying it right, sisters. But yeah, nah, he needed somebody there to help him. And then her so-called friend that she met in a bathroom while smoking, sitting her little self on the side, talking about, Michael, she's tearing up your car. You better. I'm looking at her like, you really gonna co-sign this?
Right.
You really. I mean, to be honest, she need her butt whooped by association. Just because she wants to be there, she want her 15 minutes of fame. Oh, she would have got the crew. Probably would have got their 15 minutes of fame had it been, families members of mine there.
I would have jumped in just for GP. I'm not dating Michael. I don't want to date Michael, but I would have jumped in and whipped Angela's ass just because.
Pretty much.
Okay, just because.
And
that would have been a pleasure. And I don't even get down like that. And I had a whole live stream today talking about not getting triggered. But that type of person right there, that takes all the meditation you got to not be triggered by her.
Well, I mean, she pretty much deserved it when she came there purpose. Then she, it's crazy. Then she tried to flip everything like she was the victim.
Right.
And in the car scene saying, you see how he talks to me? Mind you, she purposely, if you've seen when she came there, it was daytime. So she purposely waited hours later at night to come to his compound to not only disrespect him but his family, and then be like, I don't give a dang about him. I don't give a dang about his family. And then turn around and say, see, they don't care about me. No, nobody's gonna care about you if you come at them crazy. I'm sorry.
Yeah. Rose, is that you?
Yes, it is. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Yeah.
Did you get the link on IG?
I did, and that's the one that worked. The one in the YouTube didn't work.
Okay. Cool beans. But yeah,
okay. I felt so bad for Michael.
I did too.
Oh, Ari and Benium. Okay. Now I know the name. Vegan was talking about Ari. She needed Benium sisters. Okay. Yeah. Oh yeah. Woo.
Them wine throwing heifers.
Forget the wine. They would have had the wine bottle.
Cracked it over her head.
I don't know. When I watched them throw wine at Ari, I just cried because that was a waste of perfectly good wine.
Yeah, that at that point it was, but shifted over into the Angela situation.
Oh, popped over the head with the bottle.
Yeah, everything would have been okay.
We're christening a ship.
Yes, and And I don't care, since the friend's there and want to get her 15 minutes of fame, she can get it too. Since she want to co-sign, she can get it
Yep.
too. That's how I would be.
I
Like,
got
oh,
two
you want to
two
co-sign?
feet, one for each of your asses.
Yeah.
And then Angela's like, I want to get out of Nigeria. Yeah, so your ass don't go to jail.
Right.
I don't want to be sitting in some Nigerian prison.
No.
But you see how she switched so quick, even in front of the camera. I mean, she'd been
Oh,
doing
those
that
fake
all the time.
tears. Oh,
When she was like, "Oh, I'm a Nigerian woman. I'm taking that," and then turn around, "I'm an American woman." Which one is it?
She doesn't even know.
those fake crocodile tears. Oh my God. No, Angela, have several seats.
Several. So what about
And it
this guy
drives
in
me
Canada?
crazy. I don't know. He's crazy too if he's willing to take on Angela.
He thinks
I
he's
don't-
Magic Mike.
I don't think he wants her like that. That's why, I mean, if he really did, he wouldn't tell her to bring 20s.
Right.
But still, it's all good for you to bring 20s for this man, but let Michael, your quote unquote husband, tell you to give him 5 G's to take down his IG that he's trying to make money off of, and all of a sudden you up in arms.
Because she won't let him have a job because she doesn't trust him.
That's exactly what I was just getting ready to say. How are you going to request him not to work, and then you don't want to give him money to support him? You can't have it both ways.
She's not trustworthy. That's why she doesn't. She's not a trustworthy person herself. That's why she acts like that. I mean, that's how it looks to me. She's not. Like, every time she turns around, she's sitting there blaming him, telling him, I don't want you looking over here. I don't want you looking over there. Turn around, what she's doing? She's looking over here, there, smoking.
Everything she accuses him of is what she's doing.
Yeah.
And that's how it always is when someone in the relationship is doing wrong. They project onto the other person. It happened to me.
Yep.
That's true.
Michael needs to just stay in Nigeria and forget these visas. Why does she always put an S on the word visa? It's one visa.
I have no idea. That drives me crazy.
Michael needs an honorary visa to come to the U.S. dealing with that. Okay, Michael, if you hear me, I don't deal with, you like that, but, maybe we can work something out. I've
been emotionally abused by American wife, and I'm not even in America yet.
I'll show you that American women are nothing like that. Nothing.
Go Buddha.
Some of us are. As my husband says, every woman's crazy. It's just what level of crazy can you handle?
Right.
Okay, but that would go for everybody then. Man or female.
Yeah.
I tell you what, I would love to just go crazy on her because that's just not. Speaking of which, what do you guys think about Colt's mom, Debbie, with this guy, Tony?
Oh, I'm sorry, but I love them. I did not need to hear all the smooching and stuff.
Yeah.
Oh, that was just a little too cringy for me. I don't want to see grandma. Okay.
Did you see the TikTok I made on that?
Yes, I believe in elder love. We all know I live in the senior citizen capital of the world, and gonorrhea and all the STDs run rampant. We know it happens. We don't need to see it.
Yes. If you know.
I'm telling you, you guys love me. I love you, but you don't want to see me and Joe. I'm telling you. So,
Oh my goodness. Yeah, I agree, bro. I love them two together. I hope. I was telling.
I hope she moves.
Yeah,
I hope she tells Colt peace.
I was telling my friend that I hope she moves, because I mean, what is she gonna do? Cole's coming there talking about, I think it's too fast. But where is she gonna go? She can't go with you. You guys just moved away, understandably, and then her so-called friend pulled out at the last moment. Knowing
that was
that
so crappy.
Yeah,
You,
knowing that she had cats already, and then all of a sudden, oh well, you have cats and I have a dog. Chick, you already knew she had cats for how long? She's your friend for how long? You tell
Thank
me
you.
now you just remember she had cats?
Thank
well,
you.
I kind of had this conversation with Caitlin because she's an adult, but she's high functioning autistic. That when people are like, hey, if you need anything, let us know. They don't always necessarily mean it, but if you
Mhm.
put it out there and someone takes you up on it, it's a contract. You don't get
Pretty
to pull
much.
out. So if you say, hey, if you want to come over to my house and take a hot shower, and I show up with all my Bath and Body Works products and a little caddy, and you say, I really didn't mean it. Well, too bad I'm here.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. I mean, she's lucky that, she wasn't literally at the door. But then to see her crying in front of poor Tony again, but he definitely showed
He
that
stepped up, didn't he?
he's her man, because he did.
He stepped up.
He was like, he gave her more peace by saying, look, you can come check out this home. You're coming to visit anyway. And if you like it, just make it your permanent home.
And that's how you know he's her person, because he did not even hesitate to do that. There wasn't even a
No.
second
No,
thought for him.
yeah.
My
I was like,
woman's in trouble. I got a place for you, baby. Don't even worry about it. Come lay your
and
head right here and I got you.
And then he had me rolling, talking about he boink her every day. I was started
Right.
cracking. I was like, whoa, wow. And then I started thinking about what you was talking about earlier. But I was like, well, see, they say that it's rampant up in the elderly area now. I know why.
Hey,
Wow.
during hurricanes and whatnot, you're like, it could be my last day on earth. I might as well get some in.
Oh my
So
God.
that's what's going on in the nursing homes. It's going bump in the night.
I heard, it's crazy. I've heard stories, but yeah, you're very right. I mean, it's been on the news over here too. So on the west side. So.
West Side.
Yeah.
Shout out to the West
I was
Side.
thinking the same thing.
I mean, they have been saying that they've been saying that sorry about that. They've been saying that syphilis and gonorrhea has been going up. I was
Yeah.
like, and they've been reciting the ages. I was cracking up.
I've heard it for myself. I was visiting my mom when she was in rehab. She had broken her hip, and I heard moaning and groaning coming from another room. And I went to
Wow.
go into the hall, to see if I needed to get a nurse, and the nurses are running. They're running up to me. Don't go in there. You don't want to see it.
Wait a minute. Off topic. Did I read right in the chat? You said you made Joe Beyond Beefaroni and he's obsessed?
Yes. He said it's the best I ever made it. So I had to break down and tell him it was in there.
What'd he say?
He's like, it's delicious. I'm so full. Like, because I'm sorry, my husband, he is a big dude. He is 6'5" and 290 pounds.
Holy
That
shit,
man,
he's 6'5"?
yes. And
Dude,
I'm 5'3". It's
he's
so funny. I
NBA
fit in his
level.
armpit. Oh, yeah. And usually that man will put 3 bowls away of it. Even when I make it with whole wheat pasta, like just the regular beef, he can't finish 1 bowl before going, I'm so full.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, Beyond is good.
Caitlin loves the Beyond Meat. She doesn't like the whole wheat pasta.
They like the Beyond more than the Impossible?
Yes, you were right.
Let me find out.
And
Let me find out.
I was so hungry today that I just wanted to get food made. I made my mushrooms and green beans and egg noodles and forgot to videotape how to make mushroom gravy again. But it's just like, I just wanted to get it done because I was starving.
I know how it is. I'm waiting for that though.
It's coming because Caitlin loves helping me make the mush, which is you add the cornstarch and the water together and you stir it until it becomes liquid. And my mom always called it mush, and we call it mush. So, oh, Dolly Bush said older people don't worry about getting pregnant. That's the reason they're so active.
Menopause, baby, menopause. Remember
Yeah,
that
but then
movie
they
with
don't
Jack
think,
Nicholson? Huh?
but it astounds me how they don't think about STIs. Like that won't go up, and they won't
Because those
like they're immune or something.
they
Right, you
didn't
can
think about
still have
that except when they were in the
STIs.
service, the men, and they'd get their shot of penicillin from, the sick bay, and they just kept it moving. They didn't grow up in the same age that we did with HIV and all of that. Like they're like, we're heterosexual, men. We're not going to get anything like that. But there's so many now. There's HPV, there's, syphilis, gonorrhea, like
You name it.
the
Hey,
older
Veganomics,
generation
what's
just
up,
don't
baby?
get it.
Vegan, you there?
Yes, I'm here. Can you hear me?
Yep. You broke up a little bit, but
Hey,
yes, we can hear you.
Jen.
Hey, what's going on? How's everybody?
We are good.
I'm
You
good,
being
and you,
safe?
vegan? How are you doing?
Doing
Hi,
pretty good.
Lindsay. New person in the
Hopefully you can hear
chat.
me on the road.
Hello, Lindsay.
Welcome, Lindsay, and hey, Dolly Bush, how you doing, baby?
Dolly, like, I was coming on to say exactly what you guys are. Like Angela, I think it's funny how she set him up, telling him he wants to make money on Instagram, and now she's saying you can't make money on Instagram. You have to delete your Instagram. But I don't know. I just thought I didn't quite understand. Was kind of half in and half out on that part. When she got there, what was she so mad about?
He wouldn't come outside when she got there. So she started ripping his car apart.
But never caught him with a woman or something like that. It's like she was going off. Like she showed up unexpectedly. You would have thought, what made her think he was cheating on her because he had an Instagram?
Yes.
Because she was doing all the stuff that she wasn't supposed to be doing on Instagram, and was worried about if he was doing the same thing, which he wasn't. That's what it was.
Because she was projecting.
Yeah. Yep.
To use Psych 101. If I'm doing it, you have to be doing it too.
Absolutely.
Yeah, she makes out the bad, really, but like she's pushing him to his limit. Like I was laughing the other day, that movie when so later about everything, even when she's really mean to him, that he's starting to kind of come out of it. But you can tell he's a good guy because right after that he got.
I was so glad to see him go off last night. Because that is way overdue. Him going off on her like that is way overdue. And you could see she backed up. He scared the shit out of her.
Yeah,
and then came the crocodile tears.
Right. She's never seen him like that. And it's like, well, what did you expect, Angela? You came and you ripped the man's car apart. And you expected him not to get pissed?
Then when she told him to go ahead and cry, baby, cry. That even made me more mad, though.
See, that adds to her
because she wants to control
mentality, though. Did you see how he yelled at me? I don't deserve that.
But
yes, you freaking do.
She deserves way more than to get yelled at.
I thought I was going to go cross-eyed. I rolled my eyes so much through that whole portion of the show.
You are so crazy. Well, I'm so glad you guys made it through that storm.
Yeah, it was rough, and we're still dealing with cutting down trees in our backyard and trying to put part of our fence up. that the trees took with it. But luckily, no damage to the house, no damage to the garage. Like, you know,
Good.
it's just debris, which, we were blessed that the worst part was a fence. And my husband he should be on hoarders. He has so many extra planks of fencing saved that he's just grabbing new pieces and putting them up. And I'm like, where did you find that? What? I don't want to know. I don't want to know.
It's a good
I
thing
remember
he
when
had
we
it.
were cleaning out his trailer. This is going to be a married at first sight moment. But when I opened this door to the second bedroom in his place, it looked just like Mitch's second room, except it was
Oh.
car parts from floor to ceiling.
Oh no.
Oh. Oh my
Lindsay
God.
said Angela is the worst, to say the
Yes, she
least.
is. Yes, she is. I agree.
What do you guys think about the other cast members, like Andre and Libby?
Okay,
Oh,
so
I
I
want to
don't
know
know.
if Charlie called in on him.
I think it is Charlie. I really do, but I'm of two schools of thought on this. One is I think it's storyline. I think it's manufactured because obviously we see him on IG. They just had a baby. He didn't go anywhere. He's not going anywhere. So I'm like, did Charlie actually try to get him deported, or is it storyline?
But do you remember from
I
their
think
original season on 90 Day that he had a criminal record for
Yes.
battery when he was working as a bouncer?
Yeah.
So
That's
that
true.
might have flagged, because, that might have been what flagged it.
Okay,
you
but
know. I
wasn't
think
he a cop?
He was a cop in Moldova, but he was
He
a
was a dirty cop.
bouncer in Ireland. Remember, they met in
Oh, I
Ireland.
didn't know that. I didn't know that.
Supposedly he
Yeah.
was. Supposedly he was well, he was supposed to be a dirty cop because the cops were out there are dirty, and he didn't want to do the dirt that they wanted him to do, so he
So
got
that's why
out
he
of it.
left.
Yeah. So some things, a lot of things could have pulled up, and he didn't tell his lawyer back then. If anything, he was like, "No, everything's okay." So
Yeah, because
yeah,
he thinks everything is sunshine and roses, and if it's in the past, it's in the past. And she even tried to say nothing is in the past with immigration. But I
yeah,
remember there being an issue with his criminal record when they were applying for the K-1 visa, and they were
yeah,
worried if he was going to get denied.
yeah.
Mhm.
It's because of the. It was because of the. It was because of that when he was a cop, and they were going to try to put him away back then.
Yeah,
I
they
remember
just
For some,
that.
might have some more.
but
The interview might just be that they have some more questions about it.
mhm,
But obviously, he gets through it because he's still here.
Right.
yeah.
And they've got that hideous YouTube channel
Look,
that I'm sitting over here shuddering. Ooh.
the baby
Now I
boy's
don't
gonna
know.
end up on there.
Now I don't know because some people aren't. Do you talk about Ed and what's her name?
Ed and Liz.
You talk about her too, or no?
Yeah, we can talk
Oh,
about
okay.
anything 90 Day. We can talk about. I'm talking about
Okay.
UK.
I
If
thought we
you
were
want to talk,
going in order like we usually do, because
Who's
I'm
next?
just
I'm kind of freestyling it tonight.
Oh, okay,
okay.
okay,
Well, Buddha wants to talk Ed and Liz. Let's talk Ed and Liz.
Let's do
okay.
it.
What do you think about the Runaway Bride?
Okay. It did look like a little bit of an emotional, like there might have been something in the past, but they go from like 0 to 100.
All the time.
Very
Yeah,
quick.
in every argument. All of a sudden, give me the ring back. She's running across the street barefoot. Like, it's like, can you not sit down and have a normal conversation? He was just asking, like, hey, that looked really personal. Now, he was wrong in saying, hey, were you in a relationship?
Yeah, obviously, because she's engaged, and obviously she's been boyking him for a while. So you gonna sit here and all of a sudden she's lesbian? Like, come on.
Well, I'm gonna admit to you guys, I did not see any of what you're talking about because I must have drifted off. I don't remember any of that.
I think it was the last few scenes of the episode, if I'm not mistaken.
That
Oh
was
shit! I gotta go look
it
at
was.
that.
It was.
Yeah,
When she
she's running across the street barefoot.
Yeah, yeah, and everybody was like, "In San Diego, ew, on the
And
street."
then he's on
Ew.
the phone. Liz, are you there? She just left her phone and walked away. And
That
he's
was
like,
that.
Wait a
hello?
minute, were they in the
Hello?
middle of the wedding? You're
I think
saying
that was the
when?
producer's phone.
And there was a big blow up in the middle of their engagement party
Ah,
between her and she said coworker, and then Liz Ed was like, but I know she's a lesbian. So he goes up
The
to
other,
Liz and goes like, were you in a relationship? Were you a
he
lesbian?
is so insecure.
yes,
Now he's
yes,
accusing her of her own female coworkers.
yes.
It's like, Ed, if you do not have enough confidence in this relationship, then get the frick and leave her alone.
But at the same
But it
time, Liz,
was
this needs to run away her dang self. Like not just physically, but well, yeah, physically in that way too, but not actually barefoot. Just say no. leave this
okay.
leave this man alone. No, it's not worth it.
But the conversation seemed like the other woman was more emotionally invested in Liz and was hurt by all of this.
Hmm.
Ah,
So
okay.
it might have been like a fag hag fruit fly kind of situation where she had feelings for Liz,
But
but
Liz
Liz
didn't have.
never reciprocated.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, I
And
can
now
understand
she's
that.
seeing that there's never going to be a chance.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Wow.
I think
I'm
that
telling you.
it can only be the situation, but it's like to bring that up at the end, like you know how Liz, you know, kind of. I just everybody's always they're always like it's us against the world, but then they do stuff like you're pretty much proving their point. You know what I mean? When you're getting
Yeah.
Yeah,
in a
but
fight.
but my next question is, was it pushed by the producers for Ed to go up to her and talk to her about it
Oh,
Oh,
you
I'm
know it.
sure.
in that moment and make it worse?
You know it.
Because
She
as
needed to
adults,
listen to the Midday Meltdown. Don't get tricked.
because in the real world, not reality TV, we would have waited to the next morning when everyone's sober and said, hey, that situation last night, what was going on with that? Is she okay? Is there past history there? What's going on?
She
Not
might
coming
not
out. Were you a
have
lesbian?
said.
Right.
What does it matter if I was?
I feel
Well,
like
you know it no
it
filter.
was.
Was his
Jen, say
mom
that
there?
again.
I feel like
No,
she
the
may
mom and
have.
sister didn't come.
Ah.
Yeah, no. Luckily they didn't, because if they did, it would have been worse. Had they seen
Oh, the
all
mom
that?
and sister would have said, see that she's a lesbian. We told you this wasn't going to work.
Yeah, God
Right.
forbid.
And then
Exactly.
Liz is talking to the
Exactly.
producers and the camera's going, I can guarantee you he's going to be on the phone tomorrow to Rich, to his mom, everybody telling him everything that happened tonight.
But
If
he's
it's
not
like that, why
talking to them
be
like
in a
that.
relationship with this person though?
Again,
He does
I
though.
heard
That's how they broke it.
I heard from Frauded by Media, which used to be Frauded by TLC, on Instagram that they've already taped the tell-all, and it came out that Ed paid her to do the show because in the tell-all it comes out that she doesn't want to do it anymore, and he said that's fine, I'll find somebody else to do it with me, but I'm staying on the damn show.
Wow.
Oh, sad little man.
He
So
is
what does
he is
everybody think about what does everybody think about Jenny and Submit's cowgirl helper?
Again, we know it happens, but do we have to see it?
I know. God, I don't need to see that.
And I'm sorry,
But Jenny didn't know how to. Jenny didn't know how to do that. Apparently.
okay,
Jenny
but I'm
is
gonna
just
hot
straight
take
now.
for a second. Submit is on my last damn nerve. Okay, Jenny has been in this relationship with you for 10 years. She has been living in India for 5 or 6 years. You can't come to America for a visit. He's like, I'm not leaving India. I'm not leaving my parents. You know, I want to
Yeah.
get back with my parents.
I guess he wasn't in it for like a green card.
No, he was not. He's like, she's willing to come here. Good. I'm not moving.
That
But it's like,
I-
you know,
I don't agree with that. I think it's wrong.
where if everybody would have shipped from the beginning, that definitely would not have been one that we wouldn't have thought. So like, oh, look, she's like this much older than him. He's trying to
Right.
come over here,
And on top of it, his parents have disowned him. Why wouldn't he come to the U.S.? Why not?
but
There would be
it's
actually more
marriage.
opportunity for him over here too. You know, as far as business wise, what he's trying to do.
I mean, marriage should just be renamed compromise. You know, I've been here for 5 or 6 years. You could come for a 30-day visit and see if you like it. We could do split 50-50 time. We do 6 months in the US, we do 6 months in India.
That sounds like a plan.
Yeah.
Can
Yeah.
he even
That's
come over here? Does he have
marriage.
a okay, so the fact that they've been married now for a little bit, well, they're still newlyweds. She can now apply for a K1 and bring him over, right?
No, spousal. It's like, I think it's called a K2.
Ah, right. Okay,
Yeah,
because they're already
spousal,
married.
yeah.
It's
Mhm.
easier to come here on a spousal than it is on a K1 fiance.
So
And
what
India
the
is
hell
not one of the countries on the.
What the hell's the hold up with Michael then?
I
Or
think
is that now why he's gonna get
Because
it?
he's in Nigeria and all of the Nigerian scammers, they look at the Nigerian people a little more
look at them more
strenuously,
sideways.
just
They
like
look
any
more
of the
sideways.
Muslims.
Okay.
Mhm. Yeah.
I think what that just reminded me of. I know we're not talking, but the UK 90-day UK that couple reminds me of them. I think that guy's scamming her. The older lady,
The guy
the really
that looks like Submit,
older lady.
the
Yeah,
new Submit and
We
Jenny.
had it wasn't.
Submit.
Yeah,
Yeah.
can't think of her.
Well, and the
That
couple
poor lady.
where he's in Mexico and she's there, and it's like he wants her to move to Mexico and she wants him to move to the UK, and it's like split your time.
Wait a minute. I
When it's
thought he made the decision. Talking about Alejandro.
yeah,
I thought
Yeah,
he made
they've
the decision to move to the UK.
moved to.
but I'm just
He
saying
did.
in
I mean,
general,
UK.
when it's cold for, when it's winter in the UK, they could go live in Mexico with his family for 6 months and then come back when it's warm. They can snowbird.
You can
You
be
should write into the show.
I
I
mean, but
still
they.
think we should be hosting the tell-all.
I do too.
Ooh, that would be spicy. You guys hosting tell all.
Angela, come at me.
Bring
Feeling
it on,
froggy?
girl.
I'll pull cigarettes out of my titties too for you.
We would definitely get all that.
I would love to see Ro and Angela go at it.
Oh my
My
goodness.
money's on Ro.
Yeah.
And I would start with, my mama told me to respect my elders, but I have no respect for you.
Ooh. But it's true though.
But my big question to Angela would be, not to go back to Angela, but Angela, darling, you did the weight loss surgery. You did the surgery on your arms. You did the liposuction. You did the neck
Are we going there
lift.
with the face?
Where the fuck is pardon my French, where the hell is the wrestling?
Because she
I'm
well,
sorry,
or
but she looks
Botox.
like
she can't
I'm-
she can't do She can't do the where? What are you talking about? She can't do. Well, are you talking about why hasn't she done the face yet? Basically.
Well, I'm just talking fillers to fill in the lines. That's just
Fill in those
injections.
goddamn lines. She looks like the Crypt Keeper.
I mean,
Oh,
come on. We saw Nicole get her chin filled in 10 minutes.
Right.
Scooch said, "I wish Angela would stop wearing backless outfits."
It's just like, honey, baby, sweetie. You
I'm
you
with
look
you,
like one
Ro.
of those scary witches at Halloween. Like, the stuff you find at the
I've been
Home Depot and Lowe's
saying the
to put
same
on your
thing.
front lawn.
I've
It's
been
all
saying the
skinny
same
and these
thing.
like.
Scooch is saying now you
It's
can't
like
put
it takes
fillers
away
in a
from her
turkey neck.
look.
But the
Ooh,
turkey neck you can cover
stop.
up with a turtleneck or a high neck or a mock neck. The lines in the face, oh my God, they're killing me. Those crow's feet are no longer crow's feet. They're like turkey feet. They've taken over. I'm sorry.
Well,
She does
that's
not look 50 something years old. She looks 70.
Right.
yeah. Well, but she keeps smoking, and they can't do the facial surgery yet because if she would have been stopped smoking, they would have been able to do that facial surgery, and she wouldn't have been looking like that.
But they could still do some fillers. Some Restylane in the eyebrow, the crow's feet. Come on, there's Restylane, there's Botox, there's other ones.
It's the
It's just
jaw.
a little.
That jawline.
I don't know. They can only do so
That
much.
jawline is on the floor.
And why does she
It's the
talk like her
jawline
jaw
we
is
bringing it
wired? Okay, Scooch has a good one. Scooch wants to know, why does she talk like her jaw is wired shut? Because it only opens enough for the cigarette.
down.
The only time her mouth opens that wide is when Michael.
It doesn't even open that loud for the mic. She doesn't have to open it that much for the Michael. The Michael's, she could do that at the side of her mouth. Michael.
Well, maybe she's afraid that too much spit will fall out.
It's just like, I look at those clothes and I'm like, from a distance, you look great, honey. I'm loving those dresses. That's totally like my style of clothing. And it's, you can tell she's not sure what to wear for her body yet, because when she wears the form-fitting clothes, they're too tight, but the dresses are too big. But,
Right.
I love those spaghetti strap long maxi dresses. I mean, I live in Florida. I live in those.
The maxi dress.
Yeah, just the spaghetti strap maxi dress. Just that is all, and then I put a little sweater on if I'm going out.
But it looks like she needs support from behind, like she forgot her bra from the back. Like,
well, she thinks that. Well, honestly, what I think it is she had the boobs done, and she thinks they lifted them while they were at it, and they did not. They just did a reduction. So they are still saggy, and she hasn't figured that out yet. That the only way that they would have been lifted is if you put the implant in to hold them up.
Don't you love the way she speaks?
Angela ain't got no real friends to tell her though.
No, yeah, did you not see that? I sent
she got back boobies. See.
Okay, so Scooch is asking why she keeps wearing that horse-tailed ponytail. Do you not remember the photo where I'm like, is that a wig cap? Let me zoom in. I'm asking my husband.
I remember the wig cap. I remember the wig cap.
Oh, yeah. Oh,
it's like, honey, you've spent all this money on plastic surgery. You can't get some injections in the face, and you haven't heard of extensions? They go under the top layer, and they sew them in.
Miona is part of the alumni now. She needs to hook up with Miona. She sells that shit.
They're actually cheap, but she just.
And she needs to hook up with Molly and get a bra that makes her breasts look better.
But Molly, I thought that they had.
Molly suggested that though on
Pillow Okay, Talk, it was a suggestion. I thought that they had. I know Molly fitted. Oh, it was Nicole. Molly fitted Nicole.
Yeah, okay.
The one that's down there by you?
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't think Miona wants her name on that hair. If she ain't gonna wear it right, I don't want my name on that. Because I would be the same way. I don't want to be associated with that mess.
Well, not especially right now. To be honest, no, she would not want to be associated with that right now. Right now, they're talking about she needs to go. So, and I wouldn't be surprised because of how she's been acting.
Okay,
Scooch?
so Scooch says she needs to moisturize her face before getting any fillers. Honey, Scooch, the only thing she can moisturize with at this point is olive oil.
Oh.
Nothing else is gonna do anything.
Bro is killing her.
You need the moisturizer in the
It's
fountain.
been 2 weeks. I've missed you guys. Okay, I have 2 weeks of this built up.
You're showing out, girl.
You're gonna need the fountain to use
I'm
the moisturizer. You can use that one. But okay. Since we're going to, what do y'all think about? Did y'all hear about Natalie and learn why she was going extra hard on Josh?
Yeah, I heard it was funny.
Well, I heard that too, but I'm just saying, like, did y'all hear how she was supposedly extra free with Josh? Like, she gave it all away, like no protection.
Yes. Well, that's the setup.
She made a comment on the episode that she'll only have sex with men that she could consider father of her children. So I just assumed that we were going commando.
But I mean, I was like, my mouth dropped. I'm sorry. I was like, wait, what? And then when she was like, well, aren't you afraid of getting pregnant? It was like, you can't do it. I'm like, lady, how old are you? You can't. What? Like, yes, it can happen one time.
Oh my God.
Yeah, all it takes is one time.
Unless you're Shida and Bilal.
Oh my God. Wait a minute.
He's sucking that back in. He's like,
I think
but she had me cracking up. Because they made a comment that they're using condoms, and I'm like, yeah, I have a feeling she's taking a needle to them. And she's like, and we've had a couple of oopsies. I'm like, no, she's poking holes in them.
Yes, she is. She is. She is.
She's hoping they have oopsies at the end. Oops, and he's like, he's holding tight onto them mugs, like. Let me make sure this get flushed. And
I loved how he liked to twist around the words of what the doctor said. So you're saying we should wait. And the doctor's like, no, I did not say that at all. He said, if you're considering doing it, now would be the time to do it. She's only got a few years left, dude. And then I don't know if you guys heard about the info going around the interwebs, but there was a woman who posted on, I think it was Instagram, might have been Facebook group that I'm in. She lives in that area, and that OBGYN is not a fertility specialist. He is just a gynecologist. He only does gynecological surgery. He does not deliver babies. He is not a fertility specialist.
Say what?
And that's like, my gynecologist doesn't deliver babies. She only does gynecological care and surgeries. She, and she does not talk about fertility. She'll do basic blood work, but like, if you are planning on it, she refers you out. So that's all a setup.
Wow.
Now that's a real setup. I mean, not saying Natalie isn't doing her own thing, but ooh.
I think Natalie's setting Josh up. She wants Josh.
She is trying to trap him hard.
I mean,
hard. She's trying to get
I
on
understand
Josh.
that, but you're still like, like, I mean, she doesn't understand, like, yes, you can be committed and go slow and be committed. Like, he's trying, like, hey, look, I want you to meet my kid, but you have to meet my ex-wife. That's actually a big thing over here.
You know
Yes.
what? Okay, I have to comment on that. That I was impressed with that because apparently
Yeah.
he's reciprocating. He's feeling her because he didn't have to do that, especially the way that she went off on him the last time they were together. So
Well,
Yeah.
not only
apparently he's
that,
got
but
some feelings.
the last
But
time they were together, he introduced her to his friends, and even the friends said he doesn't do this for anybody. Like,
yeah,
Right.
and
yes.
so he's showing her that she matters, but it's not clicking in her brain because she wants to be married yesterday. She
She's
wants
And
to
the
be pregnant
kids.
3 days from tomorrow.
she's still
Right.
scared too from what happened to with Mike. I think she's still scared. She got those lingering trauma. That's
Okay, so what's up with the preview for the end of the season where she's back hugging Mike? Do you think they hook back up? Ro, do you know any tea on that?
I think she's
I
desperate.
I don't know any tea on it yet. I'm gonna get my snooping in. But I saw that and I'm like, something happened with Josh, and she's going back to Mike
Yeah,
Yep.
because
I
she's
think she got
because
scared and desperate.
That's what they
she's
made it
doing
look
the
like.
Shida thing. My biological clock is ticking. I need a baby.
Right. And it looks like Mike is welcoming her back with open arms.
But
I
what did
think,
you but
but
still,
I think it's gonna be, I
go
think it's
ahead, I'm
gonna
sorry.
be BS, and it's just gonna be to sign divorce papers.
Yeah, because he's seeing somebody, isn't he? He's seeing somebody from like another season.
That's what the interwebs say.
I heard that too. But what did you think when she came there from was it from Florida to Arizona and he didn't even allow her to stay in the same space as her, knowing that he brought her there. He was just like, "Here, I'll put you in another. I'll put you up again. This time in an Airbnb by yourself." What did you guys think about that with Natalie?
I didn't see it. I missed a lot.
Well, I'm sorry, but you crazy. I don't know you like that yet. I don't think I want you to know my address. And and what if the reason that he had to put her up is because it's his turn to have the kids because he's home in Arizona.
That's
Right.
And
true.
he wants to introduce them, but you do that at a park in neutral, territory, like the mistake they made on maths with the dogs. You do it in a neutral spot. You don't have like the kids walk in to this woman in their house, or
That's
vice versa. The kids are there, and all of a sudden this woman walks in. You do it out and about. Hey, this is Daddy's friend, so and so. You know, and you let them get to know each other. So
Okay,
I
so
think it
wait a
might
minute.
be.
He's from Arizona. That's where his home base is.
Well, that's where the
yeah,
kids are.
Ah,
yeah.
okay.
He lives out in was it Scottsdale, he said. But I mean, my thing was I understood that he got her the Airbnb because he had his daughter with him at the house and he was being respectful. Again, you have
Yes,
to get introduced to my ex before you meet my daughter. But then at the same time I was thinking like, well, if you knew what time you was, bringing this woman out here and you said you were going to block out time for this woman, don't you think that you should have like at least been like, okay, you usually have your daughter with you, but like at that time take the daughter away from the home for a little bit just so she can be there and be more comfortable around you, and then visit with everybody, to make sure whomever is secure, you know what I'm
but men
saying?
don't think like that.
Mm,
They have boy
that's true.
brain. Okay. And I honestly think it was he has his daughter and they need to
Mm,
meet in a neutral location. So he put her in a neutral location.
mm.
Which
With
I
makes
the
sense.
with
understand
the
where he's,
with
as a
the baby.
stepmom, I understand where he's coming from. Like when
Oh, yeah.
I met my stepdaughter, I met her at my in law's house. Like she
Mhm.
didn't come to my place, I didn't go to her house. We met at my in laws.
Which is totally understandable. It is. It's totally
So
understandable. I just wanted you guys' take on it.
yeah, I thought the way he handled it was the best way to handle a situation like this. I, I'm 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 on his side on this one. I know, hot take. I'm taking AJ Grant's spot playing devil's advocate. But when you're dealing with kids, you
Yeah.
know, you gotta, really tread lightly, and you don't want to invade their space. And
Yeah, you don't want anybody coming in and out of the kids' life. I totally agree because I don't. Yeah, being a parent myself. Yeah, no. Mm-mm.
yeah, you wouldn't just bring some random person over that you've only been dating for a couple of weeks, and your kids get up in the morning and they're in the bathroom.
And there's definitely something up with Natalie. Like not saying like we all didn't know, but she, for goodness sake, did her second time. What was it? Not second. Her third time seeing the guy. This time in Arizona, getting off the plane. When she hugs him, everything is like all good, and then she starts crying. I was like, what? I was
Well,
confused.
I think I see why she's been married 3 times now. Because she's crazy.
Yeah, she is emotionally unstable.
Yes.
She really needs to seek treatment.
I really believe that because she's got a lot of stuff in her past that she revealed a few shows back or last season. And I'm like, wait a minute, why is she even on this show? But then you hear her on Instagram saying if I didn't show the drama, then they wouldn't want me. So I'm like, is she really crazy? Is she really going through that, or is it storyline?
Well,
Either way,
again,
it's
every
for good
woman's crazy.
watching.
It's just what level can you handle?
Right, like
Okay.
Memphis. Speaking of bringing in strangers.
Okay, but what do you think about Tanya comparing her still being married to home dude? I forget his name.
I do
Home
too,
dude.
but I tell you what, I'm glad she got rid of him.
Home dude's kiss tattoo.
I'm glad she got rid of him. That's
Really?
what I think about that. Yes, because he's
Why?
trouble. Because he's trouble. He is completely argumentative. I mean, I can see him literally reaching up and smacking the shit out of her one day. He just seems like the type.
Really?
Yeah. I
you
so get that vibe from him. He was very controlling. He would cut her off when she was trying to speak. I'm like, oh, she needs to. That was a red flag for me right there. He's like, no, but wait a minute. I'm like, okay, can she get a fucking sentence out?
I mean, she was trying to describe how she says she's divorced. Okay, yeah, you're right. The papers aren't final, so we're separated. And he's like, well, you legally separated? She's like, well, I'm in another freaking country. I would consider that separated. But like, she couldn't even get it out. He's like, you're not even divorced. You're still married.
Right. And he's cutting her off, and he was very controlling. You didn't see that?
And then, like you said, he has another woman's kiss tattooed on his chest.
I think the reason why he was cutting her, personally, me, I kind of didn't see that because personally for me, like, I seen why he kind of was cutting her off because like, he was like, I'm not falling for it. Like in a little side confessionals, he was saying this is BS because it was important for you to have those papers to get married, but it's not important for you to just file some type of paper for at least separation or beginning of it. And then I understood what she was saying too, because she was trying to, she's just now newly getting divorced, and she's trying to heal at the same time. But
okay,
I'm
but
like,
let's talk about that for a second.
I'm like, how can you?
But Tanya,
won't move.
Do you
I'm probably
think
going to
she's
take.
going to divorce him?
I don't know. I think she's scared.
She's still
scared.
into him. She's still in dissension.
Yeah,
she's still into him.
But she's so freaking flighty that I'm like, yeah, she filed the papers to get him here and get married because that was the only way to get him here. But it probably took her way longer to get that done than anybody else who would have gotten it done because the girl can't sit still for 3 minutes. But she's like, he's off doing whatever. I'm in Aruba. The paperwork doesn't matter at this point. We'll get it done when we get it done. I mean, I know people who've been separated for 30 years and have never filed the paperwork.
Oh, that's horrible.
It happens. For money
So
reasons, sometimes it's money.
It's benefits. It's,
a lot of red tape.
Okay, I get it, but not for me.
And usually what ends up making it happen is if one party or the other one is getting remarried, and they've got to do it because of that.
Yeah.
Usually that's
But
what forces the hand.
I
Mm.
can tell you here in Florida, a marriage license is about $195 just to file for a divorce. We're not even, sending out process servers. We're not even divvying up assets. Just to file the petition, if you're doing it yourself, is $450.
Damn.
Wow. Mm.
Yeah,
That's
well, it would
just to
explain it.
file the petition.
Mm.
Wow.
So it's double the price to get divorced as it was to get married.
So they're trying to push that it's cheaper to keep her
Yeah.
situation.
Yeah.
That was a whole movie back in the day.
Right?
Well, the movie I think of is because I've got a girlfriend going through this right now. She's fighting with the guy and he's trying to kick her out and she's asking to come stay with me. I'm like, you don't give, your name is on that lease. You don't give up, what did I say? The number one rule of warfare is you don't give up territory.
Mm.
So I keep thinking the movie War of the Roses, where neither one of them would move out of the house.
Yes. Oh my God. That was so funny.
Ooh, goodness gracious. Well,
Who
okay.
else do we have?
What do you guys think about Caesar then, and on that date with Katrina?
You mean Top Hat?
No. Well, first Top Hat and then Katrina, because he went on 2 dates.
I
Right,
like the first girl. I didn't like the nail tech.
I didn't either. And you know what's crazy is he thinks the nail tech is into him.
Right.
Like she didn't
his
even.
wallet.
No, she didn't. Yeah, right. She didn't. She's into a basketball player's wallet because she said she had a dream about being with a basketball player.
Right.
And at
And
first
he
I
is
was
not
like,
it.
why I gotta be basketball? And then I was like, wait a minute, because over there they don't really have that many representation of people of color. I was like, okay, I kind of get it.
Right.
But but then at the end of the date, she didn't even like. It wasn't even like no hug or let
No
me.
kiss,
I
nothing.
look forward to seeing you again. She was like, okay, I gotta go with the flowers. Bye. And he was like, I think I see, I think I like her. I'm like, what? The other chick, the blonde chick, had more interest in you. She literally told you. She said, I look forward to seeing you again. That's a big sign right
I'm
there.
seeing that cat and mouse tendency with Caesar. He likes those that don't like him.
Mm.
Freaking boy brain.
Yeah.
Mm.
He likes that chase. That's why he paid that woman $800 every 2 weeks for freaking bumping years.
Mm.
And it never panned out. How stupid.
But
She's
but
gonna
the
take
nail,
it too.
I love it. She's like, I'm not a nail tech. I'm a nail master. She knows how much she makes. You calculate that in American dollars, and you're like, that's all you make. Yeah, that's
I
not
mean,
going to work for me.
but she sounds like she sounds like she's a businesswoman though, nail master. Like she's more like I run the nail business, the nail shop and stuff like that. Versus what Caesar's doing. Like if she was with him, she would probably whip him into shape to be running businesses instead of just being right there
But
doing it.
she knows how much a nail tech makes, and she is
Mm-hmm.
not having it.
Mm-hmm.
And that first woman has no
Not at all.
idea. And she's ready for that second. She wanted to use such a. I got to go back to the hotel and think about things. I'm like, dude, she wanted to continue to spend time. Go on a carriage or go walk through the park or something.
Yeah. I mean, and I was like, when I saw him give her flowers instead of the other chick, I was like, wow, okay. But all right.
Yeah, you see where his thing is.
Again, if we were hosting the tell-all, I would shake him. Caesar, what is wrong with you?
It's like, do you she's after you?
He's got issues. He's got
But he
issues.
also has a type. The second woman was very tall,
Yeah.
straight long hair, where the other woman was, average height, curly, if you remember, the way we were, she had the messy hair, like the Barbara Streisand character, and he wound up marrying the straight haired,
That's what you were talking about.
yeah. Or we can do Carrie and Big. Big married this, perfectly Ralph Lauren, model with the straight hair, when Carrie had this wild hair and these crazy outfits and
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
the crazy hair. Oh,
Didn't he end up marrying Carrie though?
yes, but it took a long time.
That was wild.
So
I miss
Caesar
Sex
hasn't
and the
grown
City.
up yet, basically.
No. Caesar's
No.
following this one type, and he's not willing to look out, open his horizons to other options. And he's just going to fall flat on his face again when there's this woman who was really into him, was willing to look, she's like, I don't know many people who have your tan. It's very interesting to me. Like, she was intrigued by it. Just like my husband, being a Florida boy,
Mhm.
thought dating a New Yorker was exotic.
Yeah, and she was intrigued even by his sign of being a Pisces, and gave him a compliment, said that he had kind eyes.
Yes.
I
I was so mad at him.
was like, hello.
Doesn't want it.
I can't take Caesar. I'm sorry. He's oh
Caesar is he just wants the women and throw his money out and then be a victim when they leave him alone, and he's already spent $10,000.
I,
He
and
spent
the
something
whole
like
thing with him.
$40,000 on that chick.
Yeah. And he lives on ramen noodles because he can't afford anything because of what he spent on her. I don't know how he came up with this money to go on this trip.
Right.
And I have a
doing it
feeling
if she had him.
I have a feeling he's watching the US news, and we're saying there's a war, they're on the border, and then he's asking the Ukrainians, and they're like, there's nothing going on. I'm like, that's because it's state news. They're not allowed to know anything. He's going to get stuck in the Ukraine in the middle of the war.
I hope not. I hope that don't happen. But I know his the one he gave $40,000 to. I know the one he gave $40,000 to got stuck. She could have left, but she got stuck. I seen that special where she was trying to go to the store and stuff. It was crazy.
And then okay, but on the Ukrainian front, can we talk about Jovi and Yara?
Oh, okay.
So
yeah.
he wants Yara to wait for him.
Yeah, Jovi wants Yara to wait to go.
And Yara wants to come over there.
Yeah. And in the coming attractions for next week.
Doesn't want to wait.
Yeah, Grandma, Grandma Gwen is over, and she's like, I'm leaving next week.
I see both sides.
So
I did too.
So I did so. Go ahead, Rob.
Oh, go ahead, Rob.
No, I absolutely see both sides, because I remember when the girlfriend was like, well, what if it was you guys were over there and something happened to your mom here? How fast would you want to get home here? When she was saying to Jovi. So I understand how badly Yara wants to take her child to go see her mom, how upset she is because she's hearing about what's going on, and the food lines and everything, and they're sleeping under the houses and whatnot because of the bombs. And she just wants to go and see if there's anything she can do to help, because she feels helpless because she's stuck here. But I'm kind of on Jovi's side in that we're a family. We stick together. I don't want you and my daughter over
I am
there
too.
without me. I'm saying, I'm not saying you can't go. I'm just saying, can you wait 2 more
In
weeks
case
until I
something
get home?
happens.
But
Yes.
my
Right.
thing is this though. Let's say she does wait, because sometimes she's waited before for him, and he's ended up having to stay later. Then what's the plan then? That's my thing.
Well, obviously, we know now that the war's been going on for almost a year.
Yeah, sadly.
Yeah. And if that be the case, then she would probably just go. If it were me, I would go. If he prolonged it, I'm like, listen, I waited for you.
Oh, yeah. Oh, no.
So
At that
prolonging it,
point,
I'm out. I'm going.
you said 3
Over there.
weeks. It's been 3 weeks. You're not home yet. I'm going. You can meet me there.
Yeah,
Right.
yeah.
Yep.
But
So
to do it
That would
while
do.
he's gone, when he's asked you to wait, I'm sorry. I wouldn't do it.
it would be hard not to, but
Yeah,
I
I wouldn't
understand.
either.
But I also want to introduce my husband to his mother-in-law.
True.
It's
Very
one
true.
thing, yeah, I know you want to take your granddaughter, the grandbaby over, but like, don't you want to introduce your husband so like your mom knows what kind of a guy he is, and that he came here with you, to protect his family, to see how much
Yeah.
he's grown from what he used to be?
Yeah, that would be the
Right.
smart thing to do. But I mean,
And
her
let's talk about
friends
that. He
though.
has grown. Give it up for Jovi.
Yes,
Yeah,
absolutely. And that's why I'm kind of,
Stepping up. I got to give it to him.
and
yeah,
again, I've had different life experiences. I was away for work. I was 4 hours from home, and my husband had a major medical crisis. And it took me 4 hours he went into surgery before I could even be here with him. So it's like, what if something happens over there and he's here, and something happens to him here or something, and they can't get back here, or vice versa? What if something happens with the baby and she gets sick? I don't know. I'm a type A personality. I have to work out all the contingencies. It's not just, I'm going to go see my mom. Bye.
Right.
yeah,
That was exactly what I told Jen. I'm like, she's not thinking about the repercussions. Something happens and they're separate.
And she only has a green card. And she's still a Ukrainian citizen. What happens if she gets stuck?
yeah, yeah. That's why he was like, wait, and on top of that, not even just being stuck, but he's worried about her not being able to make rational decisions. Not saying that's being controlling, but it's kind of understandable when you're in a traumatic situation over there
Oh, yeah. Oh,
and
yeah.
things go so fast. You might need that extra help. You might need those extra eyes. So that's
Right.
why I
Oh, yeah.
said, yeah,
I've been in that situation where I am a mess. And I am usually the strong one, and I'm usually good in a crisis. But when it hits really close to home, I need my person that can be strong for me when I can no longer be strong, who's going to make
yeah,
the rational decision when I can no longer do it, to keep
exactly.
me from lashing
Right.
out or doing something stupid, because I'm thinking with my heart and my emotion and not my head. That is the only, that's
Because you're
another
triggered.
reason why I'm like, just stay together. Everybody say the buddy system. We stay together.
Mhm.
That's why you're a family.
That's true.
If nothing was going on in the world and she wanted to go over, the first time, I'm sure Jovi would prefer to go together with the baby. But, he might be like, you know what? I'm going to be on the boat for 6 weeks this time. Go ahead, go see your mom. But with what's going on in the world, no. I'd be putting my foot down too.
Mm-hmm.
Well, what do you think about? Go ahead. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
No, go ahead.
I was gonna say, what do you guys think about? Because this is a different person. Are you done with Yara? Or?
Yeah, that's all I wanted to say.
Oh, okay, okay. I was gonna say,
Yeah.
what do you guys think about Jennifer, who went out on a date with so and so,
The
and
ex-boyfriend?
oh, is their ex boyfriend now?
Are you talking about the one that was married to Ronald?
It's on,
Oh,
it's on
no,
Tiffany.
that's Tiffany.
Okay.
I was talking about Jen, whose friend is Tim.
Oh, Veronica.
Yeah,
Veronica.
Oh, I'm
Veronica.
sorry. I'm sorry. I keep thinking her name is Jennifer for some damn. It's because
No,
of Tim. It's
I
because of
remember it
Tim.
because
It's okay. It's all right.
I just remember her name because everyone assumes my name is short for Veronica because Ronnie is the nickname and it's not. So Veronica sticks in my
My
head.
yeah, yeah, Veronica. Yeah, Veronica. What did you guys think about her date when she finally got her groove on?
I say good for
I
her.
think that she should have kept her damn clothes on.
Did you?
I think I didn't need to see her in that bathing suit.
Again, we don't need to see it to know it's happening.
Hey, I didn't need to see
Well,
her in that bathing suit.
I appreciate that at least her dude that she was going to romp with, he was honest with her about, hey, I have a cold sore, so I don't want to kiss you. And she was like, okay, well, you can't kiss here and you can't kiss down there, so I guess we're just gonna be basic.
He's like, no, I'm not putting my mouth herpes on any parts of your body right now. Looking like the third brother.
But that was very upstanding of him because not a lot of men would do that. Yeah, and that is how we have things running around with the senior citizens.
I actually and I like him for her. I actually really, his energy reminds me of Tim if Tim wasn't gay as all get out.
Oh,
but
you know what? But
being in the house and stuff, this used to be my house. Well, it's not anymore.
Yeah.
Right.
What I don't understand though
he got up off of that.
I mean, after that, he
got. Remember when she pulled him up?
Tells her that he's going.
Listen, yeah, she's like, listen, he's got an issue with you being there waiting, and Tim, lo and behold, was like, yeah, he's right. I shouldn't be there, and it's about time we broke this stuff off that we're doing. I was surprised at that.
I thought it was him having a little bit of a hissy fit.
Well, it showed you who really was. Really?
Yeah, the way he went.
You don't think it was real?
No, I think it was going from 0 to 100. She's saying, like, we just need to pull back a little. And he's like, no, I'm pulling all the way back. I'm out. We'll be exes. I will see you when I see Chloe. Otherwise, I don't know you anymore. When they've been living in each other's pockets. That I thought he was throwing a hissy fit with that. Because I know people, that was passive aggressive. No. No, that doesn't fly with me. No.
So you think he was hurt? He was hurt.
Yeah, I do. He
was hurt.
No, that's a new way of looking at it, because now I can kind of see that. I can kind of see that, because at first I wasn't seeing that. But as far as Veronica and the new dude, I thought it was all good, but seeing on as far as the previews, when he's already talking about he might have to go to Florida with his ex-wife and the kid, because he wants to be close to the kid, I was like, well, dang, why couldn't you just tell her this stuff before? Oh, because you couldn't have got no cookie.
Yeah, because he wanted to get it in.
Yeah, I was just like.
And now Veronica's pissed off Tim. So when she's lonely and has nobody to hang out with anymore, Tim's going to be like, what, now you want to talk to me? I thought you wanted to be exes. I see him throwing this hissy fit. I know too many people like this.
He'll be back, though, because you're right. They are too close for him to be okay with what she said. So he'll be back. He'll give her some
Well,
shit
they are good.
initially, but he will be back.
Oh yeah, he'll definitely be back, but he's gonna give her some shit for it.
Yeah.
Oh, now since you guys brought her up, what about Tiffany and her new little boo?
Little is an understatement. Jen said he looks like a leprechaun.
Oh,
He's a
mm.
Colombia. He's a Colombian leprechaun, whatever they are in Colombia.
I like that. I like that.
You're
I like that at
magically
least that he's a
delicious.
giver. That's a good sign. That's a good sign. He's a
Yeah.
giver.
Yeah, but
Right.
Tiffany's thinking with her. She's thinking with her cookie and not her head, and she's not thinking like a mom. Because before you give up the cookie, you need to remember what he said about breaking up with the last one because she wanted a family and he wasn't ready. You have a family.
You're
You've got kids.
She
You're right.
rolled out
She
though.
was close. She was close. You're right, because she was close. She was close to doing something that she shouldn't have did. I was like, oh, please don't do it, because this dude is not a family dude. And then it kind of popped in. Oh, I need to go home. I was like,
Right.
thank
She
goodness.
rolled out, and you could tell that he was disappointed in that because he thought he was going to get that cookie.
Mm-hmm.
Anybody else we need to talk about? Do you want to talk about any UK people? Sean and Sean?
I I haven't seen this week's UK.
I haven't either. That's why I didn't bring it up.
I'm not as caught up on UK as you guys, so I haven't yet, but I
I'll be
need
honest,
to.
I have to binge it. Jen has been watching it more than me. I have not really sat down and gotten into it. I know who the people are, but the
Yeah.
storyline, the last thing I watched was like Hussein and Emma, and I haven't watched the latest one. But even right before that, I'm not 100% up on who's doing what.
I have to tell you, during my 2 weeks of hell, I've gotten lost in Sister Wives. Not Seeking Sister Wives, the original Sister Wives.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
With Cody and all of them?
Yeah.
Really? You
Because
feeling that?
Christine's leaving.
Oh, really? I
Yeah,
have
she's
not
planning
watched
to
that
move
in a
to you.
couple years.
Yeah, she's Cody told her he didn't want an intimate relationship anymore, and she said, "Well, there's no point to a marriage if we're not going to be intimate." And so instead of pulling a Mary where she stays around for the family, she's packing. She's like, I'm leaving. I'm going to Utah. That's where
Real
my
real
kids are. I'm out.
real real quick. Vegan knowledge saying, Dawn, can you call me really quick when you have a second?
Okay, I'm gonna
And
go ahead and mute myself. You guys go
yes,
ahead,
she
carry
wants
on.
you
I'll
to
be
check your
right
text.
back.
Go
Okay.
ahead, bro. Go ahead, bro.
Oh, so Christine has sat down with the wives and told them, she's out. And now Cody's like, well, you can't just take Truly. I want 50-50 custody. And she's like, you could have had 50-50 this whole time during the pandemic. You haven't been here. Now you want 50-50 custody? So it's getting dramatic on Sister Wives this season.
I see like bits and pieces of Sister Wives, and then I hear from a friend of mine about it, and so for me it's just like from the bits and pieces that I seen, I'm like, Cody's crazy. All right, I'm glad Home Chick is getting the heck out of there. That's how I feel about it. Like, he's doing too much. Like, this dude sounds like it's like all about him. He's not
And it's
thinking
like
about.
every 2 seasons or 3 seasons he's moving them from state to state. Like they went from Utah to Nevada because they had to get out of Utah because they were being investigated for the polygamy. Then they were in Nevada. They had these houses built. They were living in this cute little cul-de-sac. Then he decides to buy property in Arizona, moves them all to Arizona, and puts them up in houses. They're all separated. because they're going to build on this property. It's like you couldn't build the houses before we moved.
Mm.
It's
I
like
mean,
he can't sit still either. And it's like
yeah,
you've got a family of 20 something people. And it's like now the older kids are all getting married. They're having babies. So like Christine is constantly flying back and forth to Utah because I don't know if you remember her daughter McKelty, the one that married the Mexican guy Tony.
yeah,
They just had a baby.
yeah. I heard it. No, see, that's something I heard about that. She had a
And
bit,
then
and then I'm hearing that. Go ahead.
And then Janelle, the second wife, she's been flying back and forth to North Carolina because her daughter that got married that had the second baby. The second baby was born with birth defects, so it's constantly having surgeries. So she's babysitting the first baby so that they can take the second baby to the hospital for surgeries. So like Cody, has been psycho with the COVID restrictions because of Robin's kids.
Mm.
So he won't come to the other houses to visit because they've been traveling. Um,
Mm.
and so the
That's
other
right.
kids are feeling neglected and they're, how come Robin's kids are the only ones that matter? He's living at Robin's house with her through the pandemic because
Yeah,
she's got the little ones. The wives are like, Robin's the favorite wife. And I'm like, you guys haven't seen that for the last 6 years?
yeah. I
He's the
mean,
one always calming him down. She's the one who's always getting the kisses. She's like, Cody, babe, calm down. You need to think about this. Yeah, they are always on top of each other. And it's like the other wives, like, Mary's daughter is, living in Chicago with her girlfriend and only had the one kid. She's just sticking around to be part of the family. Like, why? And then her mom just died. And she has that bed and breakfast in Utah. And Cody goes, well, why don't you just go up there and run it? Like basically kicking her out of the family.
yeah. I heard. I see now. I heard about that. I heard that. I heard her bed and breakfast is doing pretty good too. She charging about like, was it 4,500? I heard it's doing pretty good.
Yeah.
Um, but yeah, and I did see clips of the last one where I believe it's Christine's daughter where he was like, I don't want to tell her that,
Not to go to school. It's her senior year, but I
yeah,
can't come visit. So then why do you want 50-50 custody of the younger one if you're not even coming to visit the house because the older one's going to school?
yeah.
Hmm.
It's just too much. Cody is too much. I mean, not the ones who want to run. I recommend them running. If
Right.
they need to run like Liz did with no shoes, go for
Yeah.
it.
But you gotta watch, I think it's either the first or second episode. Janelle's two boys, the one that I think it's oh my god, their names went out of my head. But they are clearing logs or whatever on this property and they
Hmm.
rip into Cody. How crazy he's been during COVID, how he doesn't come visit them, they don't matter anymore.
I seen that. I seen that too. They were really upset. I seen that
Yeah.
one.
And they're grown and they're like, listen, we're adults. We understand what's going on. But it's like once we're 18, we don't matter anymore. It's only the little ones that matter.
Yep. Yep. That's exactly what they yep. And they was like, we're not gonna wait here. We have our own lives. I'm not gonna wait. I have my own girlfriend and yeah, I remember that.
Do
They
you
weren't
think that the kids are gonna follow suit and live the polygamous lifestyle as well?
from what
I
I'm
remember.
seeing.
Oh, go ahead.
No, just for real quick, I was just gonna say from what I'm seeing, no. I
Yeah.
don't think so. Maybe a
In
few.
one of the early seasons, like first season or second season, when they used to do like the interviews with the kids, the older kids,
Yeah.
like they don't bring the kids on anymore. It's only the four wives and Cody for the interviews on the couch. But I remember them asking, and all of the kids are like, nope, we don't want to be polygamists.
Yeah,
Mm.
I vaguely remember that.
They're like, we love our family and we love our siblings and whatnot, but we're not doing this.
I, I think I think it just became too much, especially when they got older and they seen how I mean, just from the little I seen too. And you were right, Ro. I was like, so it looks like when the older kids get older, he just concentrates on the younger kids,
And
and
Robin has the babies.
yeah, yeah,
She's got the littlest ones. And
yeah.
Robin is the new favorite because she can still give him more babies. Because he's like, as long as they're coming, I want more kids.
Oh,
He's not
good.
ready for the grandkids. He wants more of his own kids. He's
Mm.
such a narcissist.
He's
Yeah, he
yeah.
is.
But what I've loved is watching the women become so independent, especially I've loved the seasons through the pandemic, where because he's with Robin, and he has these crazy COVID protocols, the three other wives are living their own lives. Like, do we really need him?
Mm-hmm.
So
That's it.
that
You guys are making me want to watch the show.
I'm telling you,
It's
season 16 and 17 are must watch.
Wow. And Jen used to be into it too, so I'm sure she'll be down with it.
Because the older kids are, I was, while you were texting with Jen, I was saying the old Janelle's older two boys like go after him about he only cares about Robin and her kids. He doesn't care about any of the other kids. Once we're 18, we don't matter. It's only the little ones. Like our moms don't matter to you. It's only Robin.
Wow.
Yeah, they dig into him.
He deserves it.
and I believe at that time they didn't bother showing up for the what was it, a Thanksgiving dinner or something like that.
Yeah, they were trying to throw a family thing, and then what cracks me up is they can't have Thanksgiving because everybody had to get tested for COVID, et cetera, et cetera. And then like 3 days later, Robin gets a call from her nanny that she has COVID.
Oh my God.
So they've been
Wow.
under these crazy protocols for Robin's kids because one of them has some sort of respiratory issue or something. And then
Oh,
Robin's nanny winds up catching COVID. I'm
Oh
like,
mm,
wow.
karma, karma.
mm,
Karma's a biatch.
mm, 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 mm.
Unbelievable.
But yeah, I'm loving Christine with this backbone. Like 50-50 custody. Where have you been? You want it now? You could have had it this whole time.
Wow.
Well, I got us off on a tangent with Sister Wives, but it's
Oh,
just been intriguing me.
oh no, it's all good. I mean, you
Be-
intrigued me enough about it to where I think
yeah,
I'm
because
gonna check into
I
some
like
of the episodes so I can see exactly what's. But like I said, from what I seen, I was like, I didn't like Cody. I was like, oh
no,
no,
never liked Cody.
There's
And
something wrong.
when the show first came on, I was intrigued by it because we had only known about like Warren Jeff style polygamous with the you know special clothes and the hairs and the braid, and
yeah, mm-hmm,
the
yeah,
Lifetime movie with
yeah,
Aunt Becky, and they try to escape.
yeah,
Um, so I watched it to see like what is real polygamy look like.
yeah.
And then Cody got on my nerves, so I stopped watching it. And then it would be in like the news that one of the kids got married, so I'd go and watch the episode where the kids got married
Mm-hmm.
and like the proposals, or one of the kids had a baby. I'd go watch the episode where they have the baby. But
Yeah, I heard one of the
the
kids had a baby in a whirlpool or something like that.
Yeah, and that was the one that was born with the birth defect.
Oh,
Oh wow.
Yeah, yeah. Like I don't want to say club foot, but there was an issue with one of the hands not having all the fingers, and
oh,
one of the legs didn't develop right, so they're having to do all kinds of surgeries. So that's why wife number 2, Janelle, has been flying back and forth. And that's been driving Cody crazy because you're violating my COVID protocols.
Mm.
My kids and my grandbabies need me.
Yeah, that's different. Yeah, I mean, I understand protocols, but emergency things, you need to have exceptions for emergencies.
And then Christine's daughter, McKelty, just had a baby and she went up for the birth of the baby. And that pissed him off because they were supposed to have some sort of holiday or whatever. And she's like, I'm not missing the birth of my grandchild. And it really upset him because McKelty didn't want him there.
Wow.
She's like, you can come after the baby's born, but Dad, I really don't want you to see this.
Unbelievable.
So it's gotten really dramatic. It's good. You might want to fast forward through some of like the, the confessionals on the couch or whatever. I hit the every 10 seconds button, but it's gotten pretty good. Although you want to watch Christine's because she literally like is losing, like can't believe it took her this long to figure out what a butthead he is. And then she's just like, now he wants custody? Like, and she says that in like these little confessional interview things. So,
Jen, you want to get back into Sister Wives with me? Jen, I know I've let her in, but I don't know.
Yeah, we see her. We can't hear her.
Hello, Jen.
Jen, and she's gone.
She'll be right back after these messages.
After these messages, she'll be right back. Guys, I'm going to go ahead and wrap it up. It's been a couple hours and I'm starving. Yep. I have thoroughly enjoyed this. Rose, it's good to have you back, baby. We missed you.
I am back in action, baby.
Yeah, I'm glad to hear that you're back and you guys are safe. That was my worry. I was like, oh no, Rose over there. I mean, where am I gonna learn where to go to now? Like, Ian, go over here, So,
well, my godparents live in Boca, and their development got hit by a tornado. So,
oh wow,
yeah. So, and they've been on a Panama Canal cruise for 2 weeks. So I don't think they know because I've tried calling them, and their cell phones are off. So It's going to be interesting when they get home.
Definitely.
But yeah, no,
well, we're gonna say a prayer for that.
Yes, please, because I saw some of the units, the windows are blown out and everything. Luckily, there's steel and concrete buildings, but you don't know what kind. It rains here every day in the summer, so you don't know what kind of water is getting in if the windows are broken.
Right.
But and the good news, Joe and I have made it through this whole thing, a week of no power. And we did not gripe, snap, or kill each other.
Woo!
Yeah.
I mean,
he was my hunter and gatherer. It's like I called this company that sells blocks of ice, and they're like, "Yep, we still have ice." I sent him to go get ice. A friend got power back. He went off to get a generator. Like, he was my hunter and gatherer. He kept us going. He kept me calm.
Well, he was making up for not putting the shutters up initially.
Oh no, the shutters got up before the storm hit.
Oh, okay, cool.
and the shutters are back down. So
wow, he did not waste time.
And he's been back there all day today putting the fence back up.
Wow, give it up for Joe, man.
Because they were out there Sunday, he and our next door neighbor all day cutting down the trees that the linemen cut down so that we could get power back. So it's like we already had the one tree in our yard, then we wound up with more pieces of tree. So let me tell you, if we can make it through this, we can make it through anything. Because when Ronnie's hot, hell hath no fury. And we'd had no air conditioning. So it's like he managed to find a way to run the generator to make sure I had a fan at night. blowing right on me.
Well, good
So-
job.
You sound like
I'm
Janetta.
proud of you. I'm proud of you, Joe.
Yes, I have to do a TikTok thanking my husband for everything he did and keeping me sane. Good Lord.
Wow.
Yeah, the only time we all freaked out a little bit was when the cell service went down.
Mm.
Yeah, I can
Because we were
imagine.
completely in the dark at that point because we didn't know where the storm was. We couldn't check on people. You know,
Mhm.
we couldn't do anything.
Couldn't communicate,
And
couldn't
then
be communicated with.
no, and as soon as we got service back, I was able to hop on my phone, and thank God I went on to my online banking. Turned out when I got gas right before the storm, I got hit by a card skimmer. So then I had to cancel my
Oh.
debit card. Yeah, it was a whole thing.
Ooh, goodness.
Yeah,
Well, you
so
have had an
we've been
eventful
through it.
couple of weeks. Yeah.
Yeah, we
But
have
y'all
been
come through
through it.
clean. Always
Yes,
come through
and
clean. You always make it through.
then I needed a couple of days to get my head back because it was like scrambled egg. I couldn't put two thoughts together.
Understandable.
So I am back. I'm caught up on my shows. I'm ready for maths on Thursday.
Awesome. I can't wait to get
And
into
then you
that.
guys will have to tell me if you caught up on Sister Wives and what you think.
Okay, that sounds good. You gonna watch it,
And then
Buddha?
Yes, I'm gonna check it out.
and I'm
'Cause,
gonna
Yeah,
check
check
out
it
this.
She's not the only one who's mentioned that to me. A friend of mine mentioned that to me too about sister, not Seeking Sister Wives, just Sister Wives.
Cool beans.
And I am gonna find. You said 61 Days In is on Hulu.
60
It's
days in. Yep.
60 days in.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I
And-
told you I've been
and-
talking
and-
to the guy on that show, right, Carlos?
Yeah, and if you got congratulations on that interview, soon to be interview, JJ.
Yeah,
And
so we got
also,
him and him and Karen in the hopper.
also if you're checking out that, I mean, I watched Inmate to Roommate too. That's actually a good one too.
I
I've
saw the
seen people
advertisements for that.
reviewing
Is
that.
good?
Yeah, Inmate to Roommate is actually really good. It is. It is
Okay.
really good.
I'll check
Yeah,
that out.
you-
Too.
Okay.
Yeah, you got. Mhm.
All right, y'all. Well, I love
All
you,
right.
ladies. Thank you so much for an awesome show and being here and always supporting and always getting people to smash that like button. And
Well, no
subscribe.
problem. You make it so easy, Jay. Thank you.
Yeah.
And
Aw.
I'm glad to hear again, Ro, that you're okay because I was worried. I was like, oh no.
Oh, thank you. Thank you. I was trying to, send in, messages to Jen and Dawn to let you guys know that I'm okay. I just
Mhm.
have no power or I'm behind on the show and then scrambled egg brain. But I am
It's
back and I missed you guys terribly. But
And we missed
I'm
you.
definitely into some of these other shows and getting caught up so I can chat with you. Like I said, I've seen people, that I follow that do other reviews doing Inmate to Roommate and I'm like, interesting concept. But I got to do 60 days in. Buddha and Dawn have been talking about 60 days in. That's my next one to binge.
Yes, it's amazing. And Carlos is really down to earth. He's a really cool dude. I think you will. He's my favorite character, him Trinity. So, but
All right.
yeah.
I like
All right,
yeah,
guys.
I like them three. Well, him, Darius, and Trinity.
Yeah, Darius is cool.
Mhm.
Well, I'm all caught up on everything except maths because it hasn't come out yet. So, tomorrow is a full work day for me, the first one in like 2.5 weeks. But I'm gonna get caught up.
All right, girl. And
All
we
right,
will
you
be
guys.
on. I guess maybe Thursday we can come on at like 7:30 if you want, or 8 o'clock, whatever's best for you. We can work it out.
Okay, tonight was just we were doing research on places to take Joe's truck for the transmission rebuild, and it was he was
Gotcha.
coming. So, last little story before we all go. So he buys the chainsaw from Lowe's, comes home. He's working the chainsaw for about 2 hours, and it stalls out. So he drives to Lowe's to try and exchange it. They won't take it back because fuel is run through it. And on his way home, way back home from Lowe's, the transmission goes out.
Damn.
So then he had to sit and wait for the tow truck.
That's crazy.
That was Saturday.
Tell him not to get triggered.
No, I was the one who was triggered because I was the one who was like on him about cutting down these trees so we can get our fence back up.
Wow.
So I felt guilty. You know, gotta love the Jewish guilt, right?
Don't be riddled in guilt.
Oh, it's part of. That's why all Jews have stomach issues because we just carry the guilt with us everywhere. Ask the Catholics about it; they know it too.
Oh my God.
You crazy.
Everybody that is in the chat, Dolly Bush, Lindsay, thank you for joining us. Thank you guys so much.
Scooch, don't forget Scooch.
Can't
Lindsay.
forget Scooch. Scooch is follow me on Instagram. I see you, Scooch.
And then we've got Janetta Williams.
Yep,
And
that's
Lindsay.
Jen's co-worker, Lindsay J. Yep, thank you, ladies. I appreciate you so much. And shout out to the 580 subscribers. It went to 579 since we've been doing this live stream. So I don't know if we pissed somebody off or what, but they go up and down. What are you gonna do?
What time do you do your lives during the week?
12 to 12. 12 to
12 o'clock.
Yeah, 12 o'clock. Yep. And
Okay.
it just goes, and I cut it. I've been ending pretty much right around 1 o'clock, but I've blotted out 12 to 2 in case it ends up catching momentum. So yeah, but I'm on 12 every day, Monday through Friday.
Well, when I'm sitting in the office tomorrow doing stuff, I'll pop you on.
All right, sounds good.
All right.
Good night, ladies.
Good night, everybody.
Good night, you guys.